this is downtown future, if you will. Jay Swoboda, the manager of the MX district, sorry, Kent in the booth, I went out of order, I apologize. Carl Gunther from University of Missouri St. Louis Public Policy Research Center. Missy Kelly from the Partnership for Downtown St. Louis, and Patrick Brown from the Mayor's Office, legislative liaison, and just all things cool with Mayor Clay's office.
It's kind of you.
Other than the mayor himself.
He's the coolest.
I agree. I'm not going to take anything away from him on that. He's okay. So let's just jump in, and we'll see where this goes. Much like the future, where do you see St. Louis 10, 15, 20, maybe beyond?
Well, my vision for the future of downtown St. Louis is that the next Jack Dorsey chooses to keep her company here in St. Louis in downtown because the talent is here and the people that want to work for her company live here.
And we just heard about some some gigabit fiber that might help that as well.
There you go.
Yeah,
Vision?
a company like that's going to want to live downtown because there's energy downtown. It's about creating a sense of place, and I think there's examples of it sprinkled throughout, not just downtown, but through our city. And we are part of a bigger city, and so if we just think about the future of downtown without thinking about the success of neighborhoods that are successful, Central West End, Cherokee, South Grand, Old North, I think we're missing out. But downtown, we have to have a density. We need 20,000 people in a square mile to create a 24-hour city. And that 24-hour city is going to excite people about staying downtown. They're not going to feel unsafe because there's people on the street. There's strollers. There's plantings. There's urban gardens. These are the things that people are excited about. But it takes people and density to do that.
And that's there now. I mean, we have 14,000 people living downtown. That's double since 2000. And probably the biggest surprise to me when I started working downtown was seeing baby strollers being pushed around throughout the day. I had a different perception of what it was, and I think that that's a pretty common misperception across the region.
I've seen a lot of baby strollers. I haven't seen a lot of grade school through high school kids, though.
That's true. This August, though, there is a preparatory academy opening that's going to be K through 5th grade. It'll be K through 2nd in the first year, and then every year it'll add to 5th grade. So we're starting to build that infrastructure for sustainability, so that these people, these young people that we do have living down there, they see downtown as an option as they grow in their lives and their families.
Education is definitely a headwind we face. 10 years ago, people were moving to Wentzville. Now they're moving to Kirkwood, Glendale, University City, and I think 10 years from now, they're going to be moving to downtown, or because they don't want to, it's more attractive. There's a better lifestyle. So, we're progressing, we're moving ahead.
That's really one thing that the mayor is cognizant of. He unleashed the sustainability plan on the city a few months back. It's a big plan. It's got a lot of strategies in it, one of which is to open 15 new charter schools citywide. I mean, we're not saying which neighborhood and where they should go, or even really what grades they should be. I mean, we realize there's an array of needs, and so, we want to open up these schools and get downtown be great, absolutely.
One thing I want to underscore is just the importance of achieving this vision. One thing that research shows us is that central cities, if there's a large inequality in the economic dynamism and power of central cities versus their suburbs, the region at large has slower growth on average than places where there is more economic equality between the central city and its suburbs. And so it's important to achieve this vision, I think.
So I started the show by saying, if you don't come downtown, this is still important to you. You're saying it is.
It is, yeah, it's important. And then if we do a good job in this, it's important to think about how we take that growth and help it bleed into the neighborhoods that surround downtown. Because, like you said, we've got incredible number of fascinating, rich history, quality neighborhoods, and we need to keep growing the number of those if we want to have a vibrant region.
Let's go back up for just 1 second to Cincinnati. What about the other side of our river? Is that important to our downtown? Or is our river bigger than in Cincinnati, and it's just physically harder to cross?
Our neighbors are absolutely important because a large portion of them work in downtown St. Louis and vice versa. So what affects us affects them, and what affects them affects us. So we need to reach across the river. I mean, even nationally, there's a big Mississippi River focus right now, which again the mayor is a part of, and looking at ways to help river cities just like ours activate their piece. So ours is not as recreationally focused as maybe some of us younger St. Louisans would like, you know, get out there and kayak or what have you. Fish, maybe sketchy still.
Yeah. You know.
But it is a working river. It's very much active, and it's a big piece of our economic puzzle.
I think, you know, for the future of downtown, from that perspective, is, you know, when you look at the river, you know, water is going to be a major issue moving forward across this country. This is, you know, it's fact, and we sit on a major water. It's going to make St. Louis a more valuable place, and where we're going to economically attract jobs is when we can. Right now, we pass through a lot of things. You know, they land here, we move them on, but we're not adding value to products. You know, so if we can attract people that are making products, add value to them. So rather than just passing grain up the river, let's turn it into bread. You know, and so that's where the opportunity comes, and where these other cities that have been successful is they create these, you know, multimodal, you know, transportation hubs, warehouses that can store the stuff before it can turn into, you know, something that's more valuable, attract jobs here. Yeah, these aren't necessarily the high-paying jobs that everybody chases after, but we have to realize, you know, kind of where we are in the country and where we are right now, and just be really realistic about, you know, what people are willing to pay for, you know, for rent. You know, we've got 90%, you know, plus occupancy of apartments downtown. We're pushing $1.30, $1.35, you know, in rents at some of the nicer, you know, apartments downtown. But we still have people that need to live at $400 a month. You know, so we have this really diverse economic, and it just makes a really big challenge to figure out where do we put the priorities as we kind of chart a path forward.
We have 10.